welcome back to the ground control station. Today, we're going to talk real quick about reducer flooding and connector flooding, okay? Now, when it comes to coax and their connectors, two things most important, especially for truckers, especially for guys who are really big into the mobiles, all right? Vehicles move, hit bumps, turn, sways, and, small G-forces when you're turning, of course. Everything shifts and moves. So what's most important is to have an electrical connection and a mechanical connection, all right? So basically, you would trim up your outer jacket, okay? All right, so we'll trim it up, get that jacket off from here out, okay? And then from this point, the start of your reducer back, what you want to do is go ahead and just, lightly solder that braid, okay? Just tin it is what they call it, all right? This comes into play with the solid mechanical connection. Once you did that, you put your reducer on. Of course, it'll be upright like this. And the ground braid will not or should not come past the reducer point right here, okay? And then what you do is just flood solder the reducer. Flood solder, just get it nice and hot, whether it be a torch or a soldering iron, and just flood it, okay? Let it cool down, let it solidify. There goes a solid mechanical and electrical connection, all right? Also, this badass stuff here, Kester product. It's one of the best type of flux out there. Absolutely. And so, once you get your connector on, okay, you want to make sure you have all of your holes soldered and solid, all right? Like I say, once I solder this connector onto the reducer is already soldered onto the ground braid. I mean, two channel locks or two vices couldn't get this thing apart. I mean, metal is metal. It'll be really, really hard to break this solder connection. All right. Solid as hell. Solid as hell, man. You take your time. You get your connectors and reducers soldered right. I tell you, the way I solder things up, brother, they're built like a tank. Every connector built like a tank. Matter of fact, it's so solid considering mechanical connection with the solder and the metal to metal. There's no reusing these. There's no snipping the coax because the coax is old and using no. Like I say, man, once you start using channel locks and all that stuff and eating this up, and then you do actually break the mechanical solder connection, then yeah, the connector is useless. But that's what you want. You don't want to keep reusing the same connectors over and over just with new pieces of coax. So that's a tidbit, man. Like I say, it wasn't a very complex video, but I think one that it suffice for the channel. All right. A lot of problems come from these bad boys right here. A lot of SWR and reflect issues as coax and connectors, guys. So please, before we shut this video down, remember, mechanical connection will solidify the structure of the connector on the coax. And of course, the electrical connection will keep this thing doing what it's supposed to be doing. And that's keeping the hot pin away from the ground. All right, 73, ground control, 204, Black Ops technology. And we're gone. Gone.